Well, it wouldn't be a college football season if UCF, if UCF doesn't make a huge comeback. It seems like every single year when it comes to UCF, they do something really, really special. Whether if it's comebacks, whether if it's just exciting, explosive games, UCF is always somewhere, especially in night game situations. UCF is always doing something that keeps the audience glued into their TV screens and keeps the audience at the UCF stadium just hyped up. And watching this game, even though they were down by 21 points at one point, you felt like the game wasn't over. You felt like UCF could possibly do something that you just never know with this particular program, because for some reason this program doesn't really give up. This is a program that that has the role or assumes the role as the underdog. They've taken on that role of the underdog, and they always continue to fight and push for all four quarters. UCF did that to Boise State. And what we saw from Boise State, more particularly in the second half, was that they got lazy, they got sloppy. The coaching staff was the same thing, lazy and sloppy, and they honestly couldn't handle the pressure. As soon as the momentum quickly switched over to the second half, everything fell apart from Boise State. They couldn't handle the pressure. UCF kept their foot on the gas, and even then, Boise State still had opportunities to win this football game, and UCF was able to take advantage on some of the mistakes on the little mistakes that Boise State pretty much gave them, and UCF was able to capitalize on those particular mistakes. Unlucky for Boise State, those little mistakes were turnover mistakes, were blown coverages, blown assignments. Those were the typical mistakes that we were able to see tonight in the second half, and it was incredible. Boise State played they played a pretty perfect game. Their quarterback was, for the most part, pretty efficient. The running game really wasn't the best, but defensively they played really well. They had an interception that was returned for a touchdown, which ultimately you thought was the ultimate seal breaker. That Gus Malzahn, with all of the criticism that he was going to, you just thought about Sunday. Matter of fact, in the second half, there were so many articles from like Saturday Down South, from 27 Sports, from ESPN, from CBS Sports, from Athlon Sports. Like, there were so many articles that Gus Malzahn was already going to be on the hot seat after his first game. But the fact that Gus Malzahn was able to get these kids to not only play hard for an extra 30 minutes, but the fact that they won this game, it just shows that the players have a lot of confidence in Gus Malzahn. Because for players, if the players didn't have any belief in Gus Malzahn, they would have never shown. They would have never shown. They would have folded. They would have quit. But they showed confidence. They showed a breath of new fresh air. And let's give credit to Dylan Gabriel. He played better, a lot better in the second half. And it was almost to the point where he damn near became unstoppable, because every time when the play broke down, Boise State couldn't handle Dylan Gabriel. They tried to close the pocket in him, and Dylan Gabriel would either bounce outside, he would extend it to the left or the right side outside of the pocket, and he was able to extend those passing plays. Let's give credit to Dylan Gabriel again, and he took a shot. It was to a point where I thought he was knocked the fuck out. Matter of fact, he actually might have been knocked the fuck out for a second. But at the end of the day, UCF got the W. And if you look at what Andy Avalos and this Boise State football team, what they have to go through tomorrow and taking a look at the film, man, there was a lot of opportunities that Boise State could have had. And we talk about which non-Group of 5 power teams have the best case if they can run the table of going to of maybe representing one of these non-Group of 5 Power 5 teams to the college football playoffs, if that opportunity stand. Boise State, if they would have held on to this win and beat Oklahoma State and still run the table, Boise State could have been a representative. I mean, there's a lot of crap that happens in college football, and a lot of these particular games happen. But you have to look at you have to really look at a what-if scenario if you're a Boise State fan, because damn it, they blew it. And not just blew it, but it wasn't luck that brought UCF back. It was literally UCF outplayed Boise State in the second half, and they pretty much destroyed them in almost every single important statistical category. Time of possession was not even close. The passing yards was not even close. The turnovers, for the most part, UCF won it. UCF, even though they lost the turnover battle, for the most part, UCF was still able to get the most. They still were able to capitalize off of turnovers and convert those into points. And then not just that, why in the hell did Brian throw that? Again, I probably got the quarterback name wrong. Why the fuck did that quarterback throw the ball across his body when he could have honestly ran for the first down? I'm looking and I'm thinking to myself, wow, even after Boise State choking the lead, all he has to do is run across that plane, get the first down, and Boise State's deep in UCF territory. They're in field goal range. And instead, he literally looks downfield the entire time, even when he's past the line of scrimmage. Which, even if that pass would have been completed, it would have been a penalty and the play would have been called back because he went over the line. All he had to do was focus on getting the first down, and Boise State could have kept moving the chains, and who knows, could have potentially scored a touchdown to get the lead back. But instead, we saw one of the dumbest plays of the damn year, and it's week 1. Why the fuck would you throw it across your body when you could have got the first down? Not to mention that there were 2 defenders already in your vicinity with a defender already in your face. It's that type of shit right there that it's the reason why Boise State lost this game. They crumbled under the pressure. And it's something that they are going to regret even when the season is over. They're going to come back to this game and Boise State fans are going to be talking, what if? This is a game that Boise State should have won, but Boise State lost the grip, they lost focus, they lost concentration, and by the time UCF was able to pretty much get the steam ball rolling, it was just a little too late for Boise State to get it all together. Again, a tough loss for Andy's squad, a great win for Gus Malzahn's squad, and honestly, this is a very, very important one compared to if UCF would have blown up Boise State, because with this win, it only means that no matter how much UCF is down, there's always a fighting chance. UCF has belief now. They have faith now in Gus Malzahn after this game. The fan base, the community has faith in Gus Malzahn, if not prior to when he was already hired from Auburn. I know there was a lot of scrutiny, there was a lot of criticism after him being fired from Auburn, but Gus Malzahn was able to kind of breathe some new life here today with UCF. And especially with this particular win, if you're a UCF fan, if you're not on board, or at least not willing to give Gus Malzahn a chance, I would definitely recommend that you definitely give it to him now, because I definitely believe that after tonight's performance, he earned it, even after the rough start that UCF had in the first half.